Good afternoon. I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. at 12 noon on Sundays. Now for the news in details. The Barbados-based Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, yesterday stood behind its preliminary results for its July to August exams that have caused widespread concerns across the region, but said it was open to review the challenges as presented by the relevant authorities across the region. Chief Executive Officer and Registrar Dr. Wayne Wesley told a news conference that the regional examination body was satisfied with the results. Several Caribbean countries have expressed concerns at the results of this year's examination set by the CXC, with Jamaica and Barbados' government ministers calling for investigations into the result of the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations (CAPE, where some students said they had received ungraded results. Trinidad and Tobago's Education Minister Dr. Nian Gatsby-Dolly was sought to assure students and parents who have expressed concern over the CSEC CAPE result, said that all of the required steps to ensure that the issue is adequately addressed will be taken. Jamaica's Chief Medical Officer, CMO Dr. Jacqueline Bisaser McKenzie, is renewing her call for Jamaicans to protect the nation's high-risk population by taking all precautions to prevent them from contracting COVID-19. According to the CMO, these include the elderly and people with comorbid conditions such as diabetes and hypertension, who are more likely to develop more severe illness from COVID-19. Speaking during a press conference yesterday, the CMO noted that in terms of people who have been monitored in hospital, 23% have recovered to date. Dr. Bisaser McKenzie pointed out that the majority of COVID-19 cases show no or mild symptoms, and many of those can be managed at home. She added that most people can recover with rest fluids and medication for fever and mild respiratory symptoms. Meanwhile, the implementation of the civil partnership law that will enable some same-sex couples in Cayman to file for and register civil partnerships will come into effect this week. According to the Government Information Services, the regulation was gazetted on Friday after being approved by Governor Martin Roper in consultation with Premier Alden McLaughlin. The civil partnership law was assented to by the governor in August, days after similar legislation was voted down by Cayman's lawmakers. Roper has said that he, as the UK's representative in Cayman, had no option but to step in to ensure Cayman complied with the rule of law and international obligations under the terms of the European Convention on Human Rights. He said Cayman is required to provide a legal framework for some same-sex couples that is functionally equivalent to marriage. In sports, West Indies head coach Andre Colley has given the assurance that all-rounder Deandra Doughton's return to bowling will be carefully managed in an attempt to ensure she is at peak fitness before resuming her normal work rate. Doughton has not yet bowled in the ongoing 5-match 2020 International Series against England, but Colley has said that because the 28-year-old has been placed in a back-to-bowling program on tour in view of her recent long-term injury. Doughton spent 12 months out of action after undergoing surgery for a shoulder injury and only returned to international cricket last February for the T20 World Cup in Australia. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. Do have a good afternoon.